is gonna get baptized this Saturday, so I'm making her welcome sign at the door. I'm just making the box, and one of my sister-in-laws is coming in from Seattle, and she will make the decoration. I'm just gonna make the box and then paint it, and I'll take it. We're going to Austin. She lives in Austin, and we're going all the way to Austin for the baptism. So she'll use her Cricut machine to make the designs and everything. So when I take it there, she'll bring it along with her from Seattle. So when I take it there, she's gonna attach the welcome sign and whatsoever that's supposed to be there. You're gonna like it. It's really, really beautiful. It's something like this. Let me show you. She's amazing. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it properly. Let me bring it up. Can you see that? It is so beautiful. So she'll be doing this. I'm just making the box for her, so when she come, paint it, and when she comes, she's gonna do all of this. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna do this, finish this, take a shower, and then go cook. I'll share all that with you. All set and done. This is what I was making. So all I'm gonna do is just paint it white and take it with me to Austin. It's all done. They're gonna put flowers in here and put the welcome sign here and her name here. I'll show you how it looks after I finish painting it. So this is what it is. It's beautiful. I'm just gonna lightly sand it down. All we need is a 400. I'm using a 400 grit sandpaper and sand it. Let me get you that. Alright, we're taking a pause from the project. Right now I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking dinner. I'm trying to cook a quick dinner for the family. So I'm making lasagna, and I'm also making fresh garlic bread. Making garlic bread for to go with the lasagna. So we ran out of bread. It's the middle of the week. It's Thursday anyway. So I'm gonna make garlic bread. I'm also gonna make bread for the family. So, sorry, bread that will last us the rest of the week. So the garlic bread, I'll be making rosemary garlic bread. That's what I'm making for us to have with the lasagna. I already boiled the pasta during the day, so it's already done, waiting for the meat sauce to be ready. So I'm cooking the meat sauce right now. I'm browning the ground beef. That's what I'm doing right now. So when it's done, with that, we're gonna mix everything, put it in the oven, let it cook. So I'm starting with the bread right now. It won't take us that long. I'm gonna mix the garlic bread first. Like I said, I have to make a lot of bread for the family. So I'm just gonna do a whole batch of, I've never done that, but I'm gonna try it this time and see. I'm gonna make a whole batch, a batch bread dough, 6 cups. That's what I put here, 6 cups. Right, I'll make the dough for the bread, divide it into two, and then mix my seasoning in it and knead it while I'm mixing the seasoning. I'm gonna add the rosemary and blend some chive that I just harvested from the garden this morning. So I'm gonna blend this with some garlic. That's what I'm gonna mix with the rosemary for our garlic bread. So let's mix the bread dough. We'll take half of it and make the bread for the family the for just maybe tomorrow and Saturday. I think that this will last us tomorrow and Saturday. Maybe I'll make 2 loaves. And then later I'll make some cinnamon roll bread, which is my son's favorite. That will last us till Saturday. And then Sunday, I'll make another batch for the week. So let's just make the garlic bread and then cook the meat. So when I'm done with dinner, I'll change back in my work clothes, finish up with the project. I'll be working in late tonight to try to finish up this project. Let's make the bread and make dinner, and then we'll go back to the project. Let me get the water and the yeast for the bread. 6 cups of flour and 2 cups of water with 4 teaspoons of yeast. That's what I'm using for the bread. I'm just gonna add a little bit. Just a tad bit. I'm a radical baker. Sometimes I don't go with the whatever we need to do. And then it says uh, a 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm just doing 2 teaspoons. Sorry, 2 tablespoons. I don't want too much sugar in it. We're just gonna do 2 tablespoons of sugar. The recipe asks for a 1/4 cup. I'm not doing that. And the salt too, I just do a little bit of salt. We don't need that much salt in our bread, so just a little bit. And we should be good. I don't usually follow the recipe when it comes to sugar and salt because I don't like too much sugar and I don't like too much salt too. So I use my own, sorry, I always tweak the recipe. If they say 1/2 cup of sugar, trust me, I'm gonna be putting maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's all I'm gonna do. And if it says 2 tablespoons of salt, trust me, I'm gonna do half of that. Because I don't like too much sugar. And I don't like too much salt either. We're gonna grind our rosemary for the garlic bread. There's nothing better than her straight from the garden. So I get that. Oh, amazing.
29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be One day I'll be yours. I'll be
My dough for the bread is ready, so I'm gonna divide it into two like I said previously and make a loaf of bread for the family for the rest of the week and use the other half for my garlic bread. I just formed the flour into a ball, so I'm gonna transfer it in this glass bowl and let it sit to rise for an hour or hour and a half until it double in size. Then I come transfer it in a baking pan to make the loaf for the rest of the week. So the garlic bread, usually when I make my garlic bread, like I said previously, I'll add all the ingredients and mix them using my kitchen aid. Mix everything, but because I'm making a I'm making a lot, so I just decided to do it this way this time. Like I said, I've never done it before, so this is my first time doing this. So we're all gonna see whether this is gonna work for us, which I believe it's gonna work. I've never done it this way, but it's always good to try and see how things are gonna work. So if it works, I'm gonna keep doing it this way. When I'm baking a lot of bread, I'll just make a huge dough and separate it and make my my garlic bread the same way. uh right now I am making the cinnamon roll bread, the cinnamon bread, which is my son's favorite and my husband too. It is his favorite too now. My son always requests for it, so that's what I'm making, what I'm mixing in my mixer. So with the lasagna, we're using the rotoni pasta. I think that's what it's called, rotoni. That's the pasta we're using for our lasagna. Usually, this is the pasta I use for the lasagna because the family love this type of lasagna more than the usual lasagna, traditional lasagna with the flat pasta. They enjoy this more than the other type of lasagna. So this is what I'm using to make my lasagna. I've already mixed everything, so I'm covering it with the aluminum foil and just transfer it into the oven so it can bake. While the lasagna is baking, we're gonna move on to our bread making. After I was done with the cinnamon bread dough, I decided to make bagel. I've never made bagel before. This is my first time making bagel. I got the recipe online, and the reason why I move on with this, it said you have to cover it and let it sit in the refrigerator overnight Make sure you cover it with plastic just to keep it moist, and put it in the refrigerator overnight. And the next day when you come back, you can start making your bagel. So with the long day I have, I decided to add something else in my list to make this bagel. You know, we're going back to the project. I'm going back to paint the board that I was making for my sister-in-law's for my niece baptism. Uh so I decided to add this to my list. But you know, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make this bagel so tomorrow morning when we wake up, we can finish it up. um right now my garlic bread dough is ready. As you can see, the only thing that happened is that it was wet. It was wet when I added the mixture on in it. It was wetter than what it usually is. So like I said, what I always do is add the mixture while I'm mixing the dough, but this time I add the mixture after I was done mixing the dough, the bread dough. I think I added a lot of the garlic mixture. That's why it's wet. So the next time I'm doing it, I'm gonna do it again until I get it perfect. So when I'm baking a lot of bread, I will still bake garlic bread and put it in the in the freezer. So whenever we're having our pasta, because whenever I'm making pasta, the family asks for garlic bread. So when I do make them, I can put them in the freezer. So when we're ready to eat, we can bake it again, and we can warm it in the oven and then have our garlic bread. But like I said, it was wet. So when I did the bread pattern, when I put it in the oven, the only thing I forgot to do was to add some egg wash on top of it so it can be brown when it come out. What I did was just add some butter on top of it and just some dry herbs, just sprinkle it on top. But we're gonna try it again. And then see how best we can do it. But if I'm just making garlic bread, I'm just gonna do the usual way I make it, just add all the ingredients while I'm mixing the dough. So right now I'm making the cinnamon bread. I'm gonna roll out the dough. The mixture you saw me making earlier was for the cinnamon roll. It's some cinnamon, sugar nut, which is coconut sugar. I ran out of brown sugar, so this is what I'm using. Usually this is what I use instead of brown sugar, but the recipe called for brown sugar. So I'm using my sugar nut, which is organic coconut sugar, and a little bit of organic sugar cane, and some pumpkin pie spice. It's fall, y'all, so we're just gonna add some fall flavor in this cinnamon bread. So I spread butter on top of it and then add this mixture on top of the loaf. So I'm just gonna roll it and then transfer it into a baking pan and let it sit outside so it can rise up a little bit before I put it in the oven to bake it.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening?
So let's move on to the bagel. I wanted all my bagels to be the same size, so I weighed the dough. That's what you were seeing me doing previously, and roll them in a bowl and then put them aside so it can double in size, rise up a little bit. So right now I'm forming it into a bagel. That's what I'm doing. And after I'm done with this, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator, cover it with plastic and clean film, and put it in the refrigerator for sit overnight. and then in the morning I'll bring it out, let it sit for some minutes, and then poach it in water. That's what they say. Just dip it in boiling water and baking soda, and let it sit in the water for a minute, I think. I can't remember, but I'll try and link the recipe that I got from online. I'll link it on in my description box below. I think you have to let it sit in water for a minute for each side, I think. I'm not really sure, but I'll check it and see, and I'll put the description box, the recipe on the description box below so you can see it. So right now I'm putting egg wash on top of the cinnamon bread. So I'm putting it in the oven and let it bake. Dinner is ready, the lasagna is ready, and the bread, garlic bread. So my son is setting up the table so we can start eating. I'm just gonna clean up the countertop really quick and then dish the plates so we can start eating dinner. After I'm done with dinner, I'll continue with the baking. When I'm done with the baking, it's like I said, it's gonna be a long day. It is a long day already. It is a long day. After I'm done with the baking and all that, I'm just gonna quickly change into my work clothes and go in the garage and paint the box that I was building for the welcome sign for my niece's baptism. As you can see, the bread looked amazing. It turned out really good. The only thing that I will do next time is just put some egg wash on top of it, spread some egg wash on top of it so it can turn golden brown after you bake it, because that's what I always do every time. Like I was saying, I'm just gonna cover the bagel with this plastic, the I'm just gonna cover it with this plastic and put it in the refrigerator, let it sit there overnight, and tomorrow morning we'll come and bake the bagel. So I think that's it for the night. We're just gonna wait for our cinnamon bread to bake, which is ready. I think that's what it is ready. The cinnamon roll, the bread is ready. Look how beautiful this turned out. It is amazing. It's perfectly baked and brown. Look at that, golden brown. That's why you need that egg wash on top of the bread when you're baking it, to get it to this color. That's what I forgot to do with the garlic bread. I always do that, but this time I forgot to do that. So it's the next morning. As you can see, we're up early. I've already took out the bagel and let it sit on the countertop for some minutes. And while I'm preparing breakfast for the kiddos, the bagel is not going to be ready for the kiddos to have breakfast, but I am going to be having this bagel for lunch. I made some sandwich for me, which you will see later, for me and my mother-in-law. That's what we had for lunch. It was delicious, but yeah, like I said, you're just gonna have to put it in boiling water. Let it sit in the boiling water for a minute, I think, on both sides. I think a minute. I might be mistaken, but like I said, I'm gonna put the recipe in the description box below where you can go and check it out. This is my first time making bagels, and it turned out amazing. You guys will see that later. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm just adding some egg wash on top of it and sprinkle this everything bagel, which has some sesame seeds and garlic, and I think some dehydrated onions or something. I'm not really sure what it got. I will check the ingredients later, but I know it has some dehydrated garlic and some salt and cinnamon, some sesame seed. That's what they have, and it's amazing. So this is what the kids have for breakfast today. The bagel was not ready on time for them to have breakfast. I've dropped them at school and I came back, baked the bagel. This is how the bagel turned out. It is amazing. So I'm just gonna let it sit on the counter and cool down a little before we can have our lunch. Like I said, this is what we have for lunch for me and my mother-in-law. And the kids have it for lunch when they came back from school. It was delicious. For the first time me making bagel, I tried, y'all. I tried. Look at the bagel. it baked perfectly inside. Everything was delicious. And I made some lemon pepper smoked salmon sandwich. That's what we had for lunch, my mother-in-law and I. And when the kids came home, that's what I gave them too for lunch. We were the first one to try it. Lucky us. We were the first one to try it because everybody was at work or at school, so we had to have the bagel first before they did. But they really loved the bagel. And you know, it's not gonna be complete. The sandwich is not gonna be complete until I add my homemade pickle, y'all. You know, I made this pickle to preserve the cucumbers and the jalapenos that I have. I have the video on my channel. If you guys haven't seen it, you can go ahead and check it out. The pickle is so delicious. As you can see, this was me opening this one for the first time. We haven't opened it yet. It's been weeks sitting in my pantry, and they're delicious and they're doing really good.
I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again.
I painted the box last night in the garage off camera because it was late and I was tired. I was in a hurry to finish it because I really needed to finish it last night. And I did. There it is. So this is how it's gonna look standing on the easel. She's gonna write there, put their decal. Is that how it's called? Decal? I think it's decal. The welcome sign over there and her name here, and we're gonna have beautiful flowers inside there like the picture I showed you previously. Yep, so this is what it's looking like right now. I've already painted it double coat white satin paint. I've painted both the front and the back just in case. We don't really need to paint the back, but I just painted it just in case. Wherever the location is gonna be, if people are gonna walk around it, they're not gonna see just a plain wood or a bare wood color. So I painted the back. Like I said, it wasn't necessary, so but I just did it. I painted the back. So this is what it looks like. So I'll wait till she finished the work and everything, and I'll show you, because we're going, like I said, this weekend, and you guys will see the video maybe in the next few weeks or so. So here we are. She already added the decal on the board, as you can see. Now there she is adding the flowers on the board. It turned out beautiful. As you can see, she's not done yet, but it's gonna turn out beautiful. Wait till you see the end results. The picture that I showed you earlier to show you what I was making, she made that. She made that box, that picture. Her husband made the box and she made that picture, and it turned out amazing. Look at it, guys. Look how beautiful this turned out. It was so beautiful. She did such an amazing job and I really love it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I thank you for spending your time with me today, or your day with me today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you all on my next video. This is your girl Gikzy saying bye till next time.